Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It has been a really long time. I think it's been since like October since I've uploaded a video on this channel, and a lot of things have been going on since then. Not to mention it is now 2020, so hi, welcome to 2020. I'm sorry I've been gone on this channel for so long. If you haven't kept up with me on my vlog channel, there's a whole bunch of videos there of what I've been doing, but I figured I would also make a video kind of explaining to you guys and updating you guys on everything that has been going on. So that is what I am doing today. So yeah, I'm just going to jump right into it. I have the longest piece of paper here, you guys can't even see, of all the updates, and it's even more on the back of what's been going on since my last updates video. So I am going to go ahead and jump right into it. So let's start. So after my last updates video, it was around June 11th-ish of 2019, and let me tell you, the first half of this year was amazing, and then the second half just kind of went to shit. So we'll get into that. But on June 23rd, I went up to Reddish Knob, which is like the highest point in Virginia. I went up there with a couple of my friends and my stepbrother, and we went up there and took pictures and that kind of stuff. Again, not a major update, but I like to update you guys still on even the little fun things that I've been doing as well. So we went up there and hung out. On June 26th, we went swimming. We had a big party out here with my uncle and his girlfriend and one of their neighbors, Oksana, that came with us. So there's that. June 30th, there was a big flood in my town. It was a really big deal. A lot of houses got destroyed. A lot of bridges got taken out. A really tiny little town in between two mountains, so it's kind of a little valley. And so yeah, it got wiped out pretty much. On the 4th of July, we had a little party out in the backyard, which again, you guys can go and see a lot of this on my vlog channel. But there was also a snake there that I'm not sure if I even talked about that in the vlog video, but I went to pick up Emmy, my dog, and her food and water bowl that was out in the yard because we were getting ready to mow before the party, and there was a snake wrapped up around her food and water bowl, which was terrifying. So that was a little party that we had. On July 9th, I started getting some first little signs of my garden, and I was super excited about it. Again, you guys can go and see this on my vlog channel, my Instagram. Again, just documenting some little teeny tiny things that happened, but we planted a garden and I started seeing my first signs of an actual garden. On July 6th, me and my dad, which I don't even know if these exist anywhere else, but we still have a drive-in movie theater where you park your car and you play the movie through the radio. I know they were popular back in the day, but we still have one and we love it so much. And me and my stepdad went on July 6th to go see Toy Story 4 there, and I bawled like a baby. But it's okay because I love Toy Story. That was one of my favorite movies. My brother and I used to dress up as Woody and Buzz and Jessie and all that kind of stuff when we were kids. So we went and saw Toy Story 4, which is still such a good movie. And then July 18th is my mother's birthday, and we had kind of a big thing happen on her birthday, which I don't want to go into details about it because there's been a lot of like super personal, private stuff that I don't really want to talk about. But I went to my therapist and filled out some paperwork on my mother, and it was a really hard decision because it just happened to be on her birthday. It wasn't planned like that. I had a doctor's appointment at the place that I went, and we just happened to be talking about it, and so that all just happened. Again, I don't want to get into the details of it. I just want to document that that was a big deal that happened. And that whole week was kind of crazy. Yeah, we had like a cookout, and we got my Chase lounge done. My lounge chair that my stepdad made me, he got it done on July 28th, which was super exciting because I had been waiting all summer for him to finish it. So he finally got it done. And then on July 30th, me and my stepdad went to see Travis Tritt in concert at the county fair, and it was so much fun. Travis Tritt is so good. I just love him. I love his music. He was my grandma's favorite, and we got to go see him at the county fair, and then we hung out and rode rides, and my sister-in-law sister-in-law. She's not married to my brother yet, but one of these days. But my brother's girlfriend and her friends convinced me to go on a bunch of crazy rides with them at the fair. So we did that. It was super fun. I had a blast. I love it. And then on August 3rd, we were also at the fair. I cut a bunch of my hair off. I cut 6 inches of my hair off before I went to the fair, and then I went to the fair and we went and watched the Demolition Derby, which if you guys don't know what that is, it's essentially an adult bumper cars with real cars and real people, and it's pretty intense. It's pretty fun to watch, actually. On August 8th, I was in the emergency room, the emergency clinic, for some digestion issues. It never really got sorted out, honestly. Because I am on Humira, if you guys don't know, you can go follow that on my vlog channel. And also, I'm going to be making a video soon about Humira and HS and all that kind of stuff, so you guys can have some more information about that. I've been wanting to do that for forever, just haven't had time yet. But I went in on August 8th to the emergency room for some digestion issues that I thought were related to Humira, but it turns out they actually weren't, and they actually just went away on their own. So I don't know if it was a virus or just some weird thing that happened, but it eventually went away on its own. And also on August 8th, one of my good friends and a customer in my work passed away. His name was John. We called him John Boy. And he was such a good person, and they found him in his house, and it was just awful. And we still talk about John Boy to this day. We miss him. It's weird not having him in our store, in my work. He was a big part of my work. He was in there at least once a day, if not multiple times. So not seeing him has been really hard since then. But yeah, so that was another thing. And on August 16th, me and my stepdad went back to the drive-in. He has never seen The Lion King, and the new one, the like official new one, was playing at the drive-in, and we went and saw it, and he loved it. And I love The Lion King. It's one of my favorite movies. And it's so good. So good. Highly recommend the new Lion King if you haven't already seen it. And then that Sunday on the 18th, we actually had a family reunion with my stepdad's family, and I went and hung out with them and got to meet his side of the family. And August 30th, we had a fire out in the yard. These are just things that, again, are little tiny things, but my brother and his girlfriend came over and we had a little fire out, and we did that a lot this summer. So that was a big part of just our summers, having fires and cookouts and little like swimming parties and that kind of stuff. So that was a lot of that. And then on September 7th was my Aunt Diana's birthday, and she turned 70, so we had a big party for her. I got to see all my extended family that I don't normally get to see, so that was super cool. Also there, I saw my 3rd grade teacher. She wasn't even really my teacher, but we switched classes in 3rd grade just for like one subject, and she was a really great teacher for me. She knew my family. She's a good family friend as well. So she was at our at my aunt's birthday party, so I got to catch up with her, and it was just so fun. I love her to death. She is the cutest person ever. She's just so fun to be around, and I love her. And she wouldn't take a picture with me until she put her lipstick on, so always have your lipstick on, I guess, even though I don't have any on. But Miss Jen, I love you. If you ever watch this, I doubt you will, but I love you. Then September 9th makes 3 years of me being clean of self-harm, and I did a whole video on that if you want to go check that out. It's actually on this channel, I'm pretty sure. So that was a big deal. On September 14th was my stepdad's birthday, and we basically just hung out. He taught me how to make homemade apple pie that day, and we just hung out and chilled and had a good time with him. On the 18th of September is when things started to get kind of bad. A girl at my work quit on the 18th of September, like I said, and pretty much since then, from September 18th until like close to the end of November, I worked every single day. Her husband like caused a bunch of drama in our store and yada yada yada, but that's a different story for a different day. And again, I don't really want to get into personal details about my work, but yeah, so that's pretty much all I can say about that. On the 22nd, I managed to get the day off because I had already planned to have that day off for Treasure Mountain Festival, which is a festival I go to pretty much every year. It's a big festival we have in my town. I performed there when I was a teenager on stage, and they have a big fort burning, which again, I made videos on all this on my vlog channel, and they have a parade that I vlogged as well, so you guys can go check that out. But that's what I was doing then. And then I pretty much worked all of October until on October 20th, I reconnected with a friend. And on October 24th, I wrecked my Beretta. And this is where it just kind of went. 2019 for me was kind of like, you know, little ups and downs, little this, that, and the other. And then the end, like October down, just goes. And before that happened, so let's jump back a minute. On October 12th, tire blew on my car. I had needed tires anyways, so I knew I had to get them. I just didn't want to have to get them right then and there. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. My stepdad went to use it, and the tire blew, and I had to get tires. So I went through that whole process, took a bunch of money out of my savings to get tires on the car, and then that night, me and my neighbors, they knew I was having a bad day, and so they basically took me out to a haunted house slash haunted cornfield maze thing. It had a couple different attractions, so we went to a haunted house type thing, and we had so much fun. It was a blast. But yeah, that was it. And then later, I wrecked my car, so let's jump back to that little thing right here. We'll insert it here. We'll just switch. And it was not a fun time. I wrecked my Beretta. A 91-year-old man pulled out in front of me, and I came close to T-boning him. Luckily, I swerved enough to where he didn't get T-boned, that I was kind of the one that T-boned him. So he was pulling out. I was coming down this way, and he was pulling out this way, and I kind of went like this, and so when he came out, he came this way, if that even makes sense. I was coming down the road, and he went to pull out this way, and I swerved this way, and so when he pulled, we just kind of hit side by side instead of like me hitting him. So I don't even know if that makes sense. So instead of hitting him there, we kind of brushed up against each other. Again, you guys can go see that video, but that was a very traumatizing thing. I have never been in an accident before, especially not as a driver, so that was very traumatizing. I totaled my car. Then on October 26th is when I got my rental car, which I loved that rental. It was a 2020 Toyota Corolla, and I loved it. I made so many videos in it, so go check those out. And then on October 30th, me and my stepdad took a little road trip and got some fall foliage pictures, which are super, super cute. You can go to my Instagram and check them out. I love them. I love fall time. That's my favorite time to be like a photographer vlogger, is in the fall when all the leaves change. So we took a little road trip and got some fall pictures. And on November 3rd, my stepdad cut his finger on a hacksaw and had to get stitches. So yeah, that was a thing. My best friend's dad actually stitched it, which is a funny story. But again, for another time, I just want to run through these quickly. November 8th is when I finally got my new car. It is a 2002 Ford Focus. I haven't vlogged in it yet, actually. I have vlogged, but I haven't like actually showed you guys the car. So maybe I'll do that coming up if you guys want to see that. But it's a 5-speed, which took me forever to learn how to drive. Maybe that's why I didn't do that. November 13th was the CMA Awards, which again, I wanted to do a video on reviewing like the CMA Awards. I didn't have time. If I'm being honest, I just did not have time. And then on the 22nd, so I got my new car on November 8th. So fast forward, what, 2 weeks? On November 22nd, my new car broke down on me. The radiator hose busted, and me and my best friend were stuck at my work in the parking lot trying to get somebody to bring us a new radiator hose. So that was quite a day. It was pretty intense, running back and forth and trying to get a hose and trying to call people. And realistically, we could have had somebody come get us, but it was a new car to me. It's not a brand new car, but it was new to me, and so I was freaking out. It was a big deal. And then when we got home that night, my friend Marshall We found out he passed away on the 22nd as well, and that was a big deal. We heard it on the scanner, and again, not going into details, it's not my family, it's not my business, but yeah, that was just a very intense kind of day. And then on the 24th, my brother and his girlfriend and a couple of them came over, and we had a little like get together at the house where we played Cards Against Humanity, which again is the best party game ever. I need to get some of the extension packs for it, but we hung out and did that. And 25th was another big deal. Me and my mom had gotten into a fight, and basically I had to leave. Again, I won't go too much into it, but my friend had to come get me. My mom would not let me have my car because it's in her name, and she came and got me. We got into a big fight. I left with my friend, and then my stepdad had to go to the ER because he had a hernia. Turns out we didn't know he had a hernia at the time, and then me and my best friend had to go get him. It was a very, very intense day, and probably the lowest point in the last couple months. It was just a very low, not fun time at all. Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and we had a little get together with some of my extended family, and I also went and saw some of my dad's family and spent some time with them. Thursday, which was Thanksgiving, we had a little get together here. I had a little get together here at the house, and then I went to work for a little bit. We were only open till 7, so I worked till 7, and then I went to my best friend's house and had dinner there, and yeah, so that was pretty much my Thanksgiving. Then the following day was Black Friday, of course, and first of all, we woke up to fires burning my entire town down pretty much. Lots of wildfires. My grandma's hometown got burnt up, and certain places were being evacuated. It was intense. We were basically in such a bad drought that wildfires just spread like nothing, and it was very crazy. And then also on Black Friday, me and my best friend accidentally went Black Friday shopping. We just happened to be over by the mall, and we just stopped in to get one thing and completely forgot it was Black Friday, so that was pretty interesting. And then on the 30th, I actually came over to my best friend's house. We decorated the tree, and then I hung out with my brother later that evening and just had a good time with him.